Hello, today I'm just going to wing it. I sort of run out of recipes for you guys, so I just thought everybody loves pasta, and I know that because when I read at the start of the term what things you like, a lot of you said pasta. So this is a really easy pasta recipe to make. Hasn't got any meat, it's just got tomatoes, olive oil and cheese, so things that you'd normally have at home. So here we go. So for my pasta, I've got some fresh pasta I just got out of my garden. I've got oregano, I've got lemon pepper, salt, half a bag of spaghetti because I want to use it up. I've got olive oil, I've got garlic, onion. My garlic aren't quite ready in the garden yet, so I've got already made garlic. I've got cherry tomatoes, I've got mozzarella cheese, and I've got Parmesan cheese. So that is going to be all the ingredients I'm using. So you can see my pot is boiling. I'm going to add my pasta, and I'm just going to give it a stir. You don't have to stand here stirring it, just to separate it a little bit, and then just let it cook for around about 10 minutes. Well, not even 10 minutes probably. You try it, you taste it, and it should be cooked when it's al dente, meaning on the teeth. It's not too soft, it's not too hard, it's just right. So that I'm just going to let that bubble. I've got my cherry tomatoes. I've got a serrated knife because it sort of grabs onto the tomato, because otherwise they're slippery little suckers. So I'm going to cut them all in half. Right, so all my tomatoes are cut up into half. I didn't tell you before, but I've got about a teaspoon of sugar. That just takes away the acidity of the tomatoes. I've got my pepper, I've got my salt, I've got my oregano in there, and I've got my teaspoon of garlic. So remember how to cut an onion. We cut this way first. And I'm not putting heaps of onion in it because I don't, this knife is so blunt, I need to sharpen. Then we go across this way. So I'm not putting heaps of onion in because I don't want it to overpower the rest. So I've done my onion. Now my chopping of my parsley. I've just checked there's no snails or bugs in there. I've given it a wash. So we make it into chiffonade, but then we get the tip, and we've done this before, where we're going to chop it. And there we go. So my pasta's been cooking. It's swollen in size, and also it's gone a little bit paler. So I'm just going to taste it. Perfect. So I'm going to strain that. Then I'm going to reuse my pot because I'm not going to wash it. So I'll be back. So I'm adding my oil. It's about a couple of teaspoons. Now it won't take long to heat up because the pot was hot. You can tell because when you put it in, it's slow, but when it heats up, it rolls around really fast. So then I'm going to add my onion. Hear that sizzling. Then I'm going to add my garlic. And just sweat that off a little bit. Now, when we use one of our words in our PowerPoint, we talk about sautéing. This is sort of sautéing. It's just softening the onion. We don't want to put any colour into it. So I'll just turn it down a fraction. So I've cooked it down a little bit. It's nice and soft now, so I'm going to add my tomatoes. And soften them off. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit firm. They don't have to be like a sauce, because that's not what I'm after. I'm just after to soften them down a bit. I'm going to add my sugar, my oregano, my pepper and salt into the pot. Starting to smell beautiful. So that's going to cook for a couple of minutes. So you can see they've softened down a little bit. When I strained my pasta, I kept a little bit of the water back. Not a lot, probably about 1/4 of a cup, just to make a little bit of a sauce. Not that I want a big sauce, I just want a little one. Then I'm going to add my parsley. I didn't add that before because I still want it to look vibrant and green. That's going to look fantastic. Now I'm adding my noodles back in. I'm going to toss it around. Beautiful. Heat those noodles back up again. Not that they're that cold, but make sure you coat it really well. Then I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese. Melt that around. A bit lumpy, so I have to break it up a bit. Oh, it's starting to melt. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to grab some olive oil. And put a couple of splashes of olive oil in there. Coming together really well. So that's why you don't want to overcook your pasta, because you're reheating it. Just breaking up that cheese a little bit. And that's done. Beautiful. I'm going to divide it between 2 bowls. Then I'm going to sprinkle some Parmesan on. Not this stuff from the packet. This is actually freshly grated. Well, you can have the packet, but not the old-fashioned one. It used to smell revolting. And a little bit of parsley on top. And that's it. I told you it was easy, and it's delicious. It's something different. It's nutritious because it's got the calcium in the cheese, it's got the carbohydrates, it's got all those herbs and the fresh herbs which have got all those vitamins and minerals in it, and the tomatoes, of course, vitamin C. So have a go. It's really easy. See ya.